Good morning, students. Today, we are entering into out of India. When India was facing so many problems in the field of industries, what was happening outside? We had to face the Britishers. They were not helping us to develop. They want to develop their industries and their technologies. They want to cut down Indian people in development. But just to see even these things were happening in India, what was happening in other countries? We will concentrate on Japan. You know, Japan is a small country, but it's only a country in Asia which has defeated a European country, that is Russia, in 1905. So this Japan, you know, it is one of the country in the G8 countries. For now, it's G7. A double group of developed countries. So that Japan, a leading country in the field of economy, that country, how it has come to that level, present situation, that is what we are going to see. The Meiji regime assumed power in Japan in 1868. Present government that exists, the king that exists. So that regime, that government came to power in 1868, and they have fought the Second World War. All those things are there. That is studied next year. They tried industrialization to block the domination of Europeans. They wanted to industrialize their country because they came to know that Europeans are far developing, and they come with their technology to Japan and they want to dominate in Japan. So they did not like that. So the Japanese government itself took initiative and interest in developing Japan. The same at that time in India, British government was trying not to permit Indian industries to develop. I will see this. Introduced postal services. You know what is the use of postal services? Communication is needed. Because information from one place to another place to reach. This is in the beginning of the 19th or second half of the 19th century, 1868. Can say around 19th century. At that time, it was necessary. Postal service was important. Modern period, we know we take that mobile and ring up, send to the mail. But at that time, it was not possible. So communication was necessary. For the communication, postal service was important. We know it was there. We were also having. So the postal service, telegraph. Now we are sending mobile phones and things. At that time, telegraph. Fast informations. So that was introduced in Japan. Then railways. At that time, there were no planes. So movement of the people from one place to another is railways. Now we know Japan is having some of the fastest railway systems. Most of the trains run around 400 kilometers per hour in Japan. When we are at 100 to 120, it is difficult for us. There, most of the trains are about 350 kilometers per hour. So that period we are living. So they have introduced, and steam powered shipping, etc. That in ships were there, but it was mostly movement by the wind. Now they are steam powered ships, so that more materials can be taken from one place to another. That is necessary. And Japan is mostly island. From one island to another island, they need materials movement. So that is a thing that they have. Advanced technology was imported from Western countries. They did not hesitate to take the good things from others. So they came to know that European countries are having advanced technology. They took the technology. They purchased the technology. And then they began to develop their own technology. So they purchased the technology from Western countries and they began to develop the results. This is what they said. So that is what the industrial revolution. You know what is revolution? Sudden change, drastic increase in the production of. So this was a step because of the Meiji regime, a new governmental system or government that came into existence in Japan. That government is still existing in Japan. Foreign experts were brought and trained professionals. Because engineers are needed, experts are needed. So those who know those things were taken from other countries. They were brought to there, and salary was paid, high facilities were provided to the persons who came, and they trained the Japanese people. And they have developed it. Generous loans were provided. If anybody is ready to do something, they were given money to do. Support was given by the government as much as possible. Generous loan, money was given to them. Government started large industries. Government started, then told, okay, take private companies can take it. Selling of the started government companies. So the private fellows will be have confidence, they can run the government one of those companies. So that kind of, because initial starting problem would be there for the private individual, because they are doubtful whether industries will be successful or failure. If it is not successful, they will have a heavy loss that they are not ready to bear. So they waited for the government to start, and government started when those industries were successful. These business families or private individuals purchased it from the government and they began to continue to run the companies. So that much initial steps were taken by Japan. You know, now Japan is one of the most industrialized country in the world. Anything and everything is produced in Japan. Most of the cars, technology that comes up. But Japan teaches only in Japanese language. We study in multiple languages. So that is Japan. Still is a small country. I'll show you a small country, but it's fast developed in the field of technology. And a country which has faced 2 atom bombs. Hiroshima and Nagasaki on 6th and 9th of August 1945. Still it has developed so fast. That is Japan. When the people wanted to do strike, they put oil for the machines and do strike, so that when they go back, the machine will be destroyed. They don't want to destroy the machines. But here we try to throw the stones, break the materials, and do express our anger on the public property. That is the way we do the strike. So that's the difference of it. They love their property, their materials. But the protest is there, protest should be expressed, that they express in different other ways. Sometimes they work more time, overtime they work and they show their unhappiness. We are not ready to work, that is an Indian law. Okay. Japanese had more concern about the military power. They wanted to compete with the Europeans in the military, because they knew that the Europeans are coming with the military power. That is why they are able to conquer the world. So the industry is concentrated on military activities. So most of the industries were linked to the military necessities, development of guns, development of naval ships and all those things they concentrate. This is the Japanese situation. So when these things were happening in Japan, what was happening in India? What was our position? But in India, British discouraged indigenous industries. They don't want anybody to start industries in India. When Tata wanted to start the metal industries, Australia's iron and steel factory, British government was not supporting it. British humiliated Indians, telling that Indians are not able to do anything. Indians are not able to produce a quality material. So they were humiliating Indians. So they were not supporting Indians, and they were importing and bringing all the materials produced in Britain, and they were bringing them to India and selling them to Indians. And if any Indian was trying to do something, they have put heavy taxes on the materials produced in India and destroyed the Indian industries. So that is why. So that we can see the differences. There in Japan, the government and Britain was supporting industries, not in India, but in their country. In their home country, they gave all the facilities, all the supports to the industries that were flourishing. They don't want any Indians to do. That is the thing. The superior feeling of it. And they want to keep us as inferiors. This is the difference. That is why the changes have taken. So the people who have come out to show that we are not inferior, they are to be appreciated and accepted, respected. That is what we must understand. Created barriers for any Indian to start any industries, supported their home country in everything, not India. Britain wants to expand markets for their goods. Even Indian textile marketing has started very good, is progressing. The material produced in Britain will not be sold in India. So they want this kind of things. But the First World War changed the situation. We can say it's a blessing in this case for us. Because so many people died, so many problems are there. Because of that, India could showcase to the world that we are also able to do the things. It became necessary for them to take the materials that were available. It is natural like that. When we will have a stylish way of things, when no other option is available, we will get whatever we get, we will use it. So when we use whatever we use it, we come to know that material is very good and high quality, then we will continue to use it. The same thing, Indians were able to produce high quality material. Britishers came to know at that time only. When necessity came, they used Indian material and came to know that Indians are able to produce high quality material. Then yesterday we had discussed about time industries. Now, Tata Steel is able to have many companies in England also, that we had discussed. Okay, but the First World War was supported by the national movement. The national movement in India means effort to get independence. They supported local industries. You have seen as like Khadi, like that all. Whatever the Indians were doing, all those efforts by Indians were supported by the leaders who were leading the national movement. They wanted indigenous industries. They wanted we should be able to stand on our own leg, not depending upon the foreign countries. So that was the effort of the nationalist leaders, and that support by the nationalist leaders and purchasing the material that were made in India has helped Indian industries support for survival. That is why boycott and Swadeshi movements, boycott and Swadeshi, boycott the British materials or foreign materials, and so they should use the materials made in India. So that kind of steps by the nationalist leaders could help Indian industries, or the leaders of Indian industries could to produce materials and sell them at least in India, and they could showcase to the world that we are able to produce quality and very good materials. This is something that is important for us. That is what we come to know by studying this kind of motions. This is Japan. This is naturally Japan. You see this. This is Russia, Korea. This is China. This is China. Okay. This is Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean. This Tokyo is here. Okay. So this naturally is Japan. Small, and so many islands. Small islands. All divided. Small islands. Divided. So all those islands have come together and they live together. This is special. A small country like this is able to dominate the world in the field of industries. You see the speciality. Here we see Japan, and in the European continent we see England. England is also out of the mainland of Europe. Like the Japan also is out of the mainland of Asia. Japan is in this, you can see. It's an island, full island. Here it is Korea, South Korea, North Korea. There Kim Jong, bomb and all those things that we will not discuss it. Okay, so this is Japan, which has come into a prominent, developed economy in the world. That's a member of G7. Group 7 developed countries member it is. Japan is Abe is the Prime Minister there. Now, please write the question answers. I will ask you to forward it when I started my Google classes. I have already given my link to it, but I have not properly started functioning it. When I start, I will ask you to give your question answers. So, answer these questions. Okay. Prepare it. These are the questions. I am not going to read. I hope you can read it. And download the textbook. It is there in the textbook course. You can download the textbooks from the NCRT website. And I have told you already. Don't have textbook, don't worry. NCRT website, if you go, there it will ask you the class and the subject, everything. So download the textbook. Okay, and keep it. If printing may be difficult. If you have got a computer, desktop, it is easy. If you don't have, try to download and keep it in your computer. Or get it in your pen drive. Go to any site, anywhere, get it printed, keep it in your pen drive, and open it whenever it is needed. So, this is also available. So, all these questions are available. Please write the question answers. This is another question. Question number 6, 7, 8. Okay. Read it, take it. This is another set. Okay. So, write these question answers. And study. Don't be lazy, please. Thank you very much. Do well. Enjoy. We will meet